Hello and welcome to the Diabetes Learning Channel, where I teach you about all sorts of wonderful and pointless activities and devices. Currently I'm speedrunning building a tank in the game SimplePlanes. I highly recommend you get it. It's well worth the money. Especially since it's like, $15 on Steam and $8 on the App Store. But I digress. So, what may I be doing in this video? Well, since I have the video playing right here, there's no point to explaining what's going on, except for maybe some of the key points. And right now is actually probably a key point, because I'm actually engineering the suspension system, instead of having just piston, block. Well, we would go block, piston, block, wheel. Then you're done. But I've engineered a more advanced system that you won't break instantly when it goes across anything. Of course, my one's having some kinks because I've put the suspension strength way too high. But yeah, as you can see, it works reasonably well, but it's not all that good. It's unfortunate. But it does look very much better. I'm not in the 2010s. And there was instead of the cave. But I think you understand what I was saying then. But the mighty algorithm would not allow me to. Well, if I said the current events, big throat cough. But if I said that, then the almighty algorithm would say, no, you're not watching this video anymore. So thank you. I forgot to mention, please do subscribe and hit the notification bell so you do actually see what I put. And please, if you don't like my content, I'm sure someone else does, so if you're on the desktop version, please just open up to a different open up a different tab from the browser. And if you're not on the browser, then just go to the browser and open up a different tab, because it's still playing if you open up a different tab. But that'd be great. And if you do enjoy my content, well, thank you. Really thank you. I work very, very hard for these videos. So this video is probably 8 minutes, isn't 8 minutes 19? Well, the recording of this video is anyway. But not the video that you're watching, but the actual building of Tonk. It's so this has been sped up so much. So this was originally a 3-hour clip. You understand why I speed it up now? The reason why the only reason I sped it up, I would have normally released a 3-hour clip, but if I did release the 3-hour clip, YouTube would take a small eternity to upload it. Several small eternities, actually. And then you wouldn't see this up. Unless you're immortal and live for 1,000 years, then you might be able to watch a couple of minutes of it before you die of old age. But, yeah, that's unfortunate. As you can see, I'm engineering the turning system with the whole gyroscope turning system. So, normally gyroscopes in this game, they act like... Okay, so if you have the gyroscopic stability to 100 and the gyroscopic speed to 100, it will try and stabilize the craft as much as possible. But if you set that to 0, it won't do that, and you can still flip around and do whatever, but you can still have all the yaw power. So yaw meaning you can turn left to right, which of course is good, very, very good. And the main issue with building turrets in this game is the fuselage works in very strange ways. Sorry if I awkwardly segue to different stuff. I'm trying to keep up with the pace of the video, and it don't want to. And as you can see here, I'm currently building the turret ring to make it look somewhat realistic. Aside from the fact that turret rings are going on the wheel on the track fenders, that's not how turret ring works. Turret ring has to be inside hull, not out of hull. Otherwise, therefore, it's just a ring on top of the hull, with a hole in the center of it. Therefore, making it pointless. But anyway, I guess you could make those turret expanders that you keep seeing all the German World War II tanks with. All the like later blueprint stuff that never got built because it would cost so much to put the Nazi government into so much debt it wouldn't be able to support itself for like a week. And of course, that's the main issue with building tanks. You gotta make them cost effective. Like, who the hell is going to spend... So if you didn't know the mouse project, that would have cost unreasonable amounts of money in today's money. So if you had the approximate steel top costs in Germany back then, and you converted to today's money. So people, the main argument for the M1A1 Abrams, the current American MBT, is that it's way too expensive at $9 million. The mouse would have cost like several billion because of how expensive steel was getting, because, you know, Russians advancing on your factory and, well, Russians advancing on your factory, and also not to mention the Allied bombing raids, which is not good, like, at all, and not to mention the fact that you have not the SS generals at knocking on your door saying, hey, have you done this, have you done this, have you done this, have you done this? We need to do Operation Citadel, we need to do Operation Barbarossa, which was the biggest mistake of the war. But anyway. And I find it funny, they push them into the Urals, expecting them to run out of resources for the war effort. But the thing with the Ural Mountains is, since it's a mountain range, it's naturally high in resource deposits. So you're just pushing them into a breadbasket. Just a utter just haven for factories. Like, if you're in a factory, and you're a factory worker, or you're working, or like a factory manager, it would take like 5 minutes to bring them like the metal ore to the factory, smelt it down, then another 5 minutes to bring it to like the tank factory. And of course, this is a bit of an exaggeration, but as soon as that tank was built, it would take like maybe a couple of hours before it was already on the front lines. Of course, that was like when the Germans were right on the doorstep. But of course, those T-34s move very, very, very fast for, well, their time. Nowadays, they'll be considered like reasonably slow tanks. Like, some of the German stuff gets up to like 50, 60 Ks. T-34 maybe like 30, 20 Ks, which is still very fast for like a tank, but nonetheless not very fast in modern standards. Of course, that's modern standards where we have guns that can automatically aim and shells that can penetrate through over 1,000 millimeters of relative armor, and not to mention the fact that we also have to deal with the whole threat of uranium-depleted shells. And as you can see, the recording stopped because I did run out of recording space, so I'm going to have to end the video here. Goodbye, and please subscribe, notification bell, share with your friends, comment, just watch the entire video. I don't care if you're actually watching it, just please, I want to be on the algorithm. I really enjoy doing this, and I hope you do too. Now this is the real end of the video. Goodbye.